This weekend, the NTT IndyCar Series alongside with Indy NXT and the NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Cup Series are going to race at the Indianapolis Road Course together for the fourth time. IndyCar and NASCAR has been doing the crossover since 2020 during the pandemic, which started off as IndyCar racing in the Road Course and the Xfinity Series racing in the Road Course, and the NASCAR Cup Series were on the Indy Oval for the Brickyard 400. Then from 2021 to 2022, all three series will race on the Road Course. It's been boring for IndyCar, pretty solid for Xfinity, and a disaster for the Cup Series. Now for 2023, and maybe the last time since there's talks about the Indy Oval coming back for NASCAR in 2024, let's just say that after the Indy Road Course crossover weekend, there's no more Indy Road Course during NASCAR weekend at the Brickyard. Where will they go if the IndyCar NASCAR crossover continues to be a thing? Well, I do have some ideas on what tracks are a good idea to have an IndyCar NASCAR crossover. Some ideas might be realistic, others might be a fantasy. With that being said, let's begin. Starting off is Richmond Raceway. In real life, the NASCAR Truck Series and NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond during the summer. I feel like Richmond is a good idea to have as a crossover because not only IndyCar has raced at Richmond before, but IndyCar has also had a chance to race at Richmond 2020 after their 11-year hiatus, but due to COVID, that has never happened. But if that were the case, let's have IndyCar race at Richmond on Saturday night after Trucks does their race in the daytime and Cup does their race on Sunday. I feel like IndyCar at Richmond with the current aero package on short tracks would be pretty similar like Iowa, but a little bit similar because Richmond is not as wide like Iowa. However, I feel like it's a good fit for anybody that loves short tracks, whether you're a NASCAR fan or an IndyCar fan. Next is the Nashville Superspeedway. The Nashville marketing when it comes to racing has been a big success in the NASCAR weekend. The renovation and return to NASCAR on the Nashville Fairgrounds and unfortunately the Nashville Grand Prix. Let's just say that the Nashville Grand Prix doesn't exist anymore, but the IndyCar Nashville marketing is still big. Why not have a crossover at the Nashville Superspeedway? IndyCar race hasn't raced at Nashville Superspeedway since 2008. It's a great crossover because the marketing is a great idea. However, the Nashville Superspeedway is on the same weekend as the 6 hours at the Glen. So what would I do? I would have the truck race on Friday night. IndyCar is Saturday afternoon, so some of the drivers who do compete at the Glen can travel to Watkins Glen the next day for the IMSA race, Xfinity Saturday night, and the Cup Series will race on Sunday, daytime or nighttime. Next is Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is a fan favorite for motorsports fans and also NASCAR fans. IndyCar hasn't raced at Watkins Glen since 2017. If I were to put IndyCar at Watkins Glen during NASCAR weekend, it would be Sunday when they race first and then Cup later. If I were to put IndyCar at Watkins Glen during NASCAR weekend, it would be on Sunday at noon when they get to race first and then Cup later. But it would be a time race for an hour and 40 minutes. I would have it as a time race just so they'll get done before the Cup race starts the race. Unlike NASCAR, thanks to TV networks, IndyCar would start the race at noon. I think that's a great choice due to how historical and popular the track is for racing. My next idea would be Gateway. Both NASCAR and IndyCar are a success on the St. Louis facility. Both series just had their big Memorial Day races, the Indy 500 and the Coke 600. So why not have the Cup Series and IndyCar race at Gateway in one weekend? I would have IndyCar at Gateway as a Saturday night race at the Trucks and Cup racing as a Sunday race. In terms of marketing as a crossover at Gateway, I think it'll be a big success. My next idea is the Milwaukee Mile. There's been talks about IndyCar coming back to the Milwaukee Mile for the first time since 2015 in 2024. The NASCAR Truck Series is returning to the Milwaukee Mile this month for the first time since 2009. It's a historical short track that has been around since 1903. I would also add the Cup Series there too. My schedule for Milwaukee for the IndyCar NASCAR crossover will be Trucks on Friday night, Xfinity Saturday, IndyCar on Sunday, and Cup on Sunday evening only because ratings are somehow good for NASCAR on Sunday nights. Wisconsin fans can watch the Cup Series while IndyCar fans can also watch the sport coming back to the Wisconsin Classic. Also, Menards was founded in Wisconsin, so maybe Menards can sponsor the entire weekend of the event. Marketing is key in racing. Those are the list of tracks that I think that are realistically good idea for an IndyCar NASCAR crossover. Now for the fun ideas that are good ideas but will most likely never happen. But screw it, it's been a while since I made a video on this channel. Kansas with Cup, Sunday afternoon, IndyCar on a Saturday, and Xfinity on a Saturday night. New Hampshire with Cup, Xfinity, and Modifieds, but have Modifieds race on Friday evening, Xfinity on Saturday noon, IndyCar after, and then Cup on Sunday. Laguna Seca sounds like a good idea as well. IndyCar Laguna Seca always puts on a great show. Let's just have the Indy NXT and IndyCar races on Saturday and the Cup Series race on Sunday, especially since NASCAR does the West Coast swing during the early parts of the season. IndyCar will most likely race in March 2024. I think that'll be a good fit. I think that'll be fitting as well. So I believe that's all the tracks, realistically fun ideas that IndyCar and NASCAR can do as crossovers whenever the crossover is done for Indy after 2023. So, what do you guys think is the best tracks to have an IndyCar NASCAR crossover? Feel free to comment down below. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is IMPress 2000 signing off. Goodbye everybody.